much more of a multicultural society. There's lots more people from many different parts of the world here. You just have to walk down the streets and you see lots of different people from lots of different countries. If you wind the clock back to say 20 years ago, it would have been much more homogenous. So yeah, it's very different.
When you go down the street, there's a lot of different restaurants serving a lot of different food, and it's tasty.
And this is the House of Japan, and my name is Yoshiko Misawa, and I've been here for probably around 8 years. And the customers here is already been to Japan, and they know the Japanese culture. And there's some people, loads of people hasn't been there, but like they have interested. So the young generation is more animation and manga and pop cultures. So I'm really surprised when I'm here. More people have interested than I expected. I think that they try to understand the Japanese culture now.
My name is Delia Clune, and I worked in the nursing profession in this country for the last over 30 years. Coming up to the 90s, when nurse education moved to the universities, all of a sudden there weren't that many nurses anymore because the student nurses were part of the workforce. So we had to look to other countries for nurses to come in our workforce. We got nurses from South Africa, we got nurses from the Philippines, and also from India, where we currently still get nurses. Now, when I started my training, we were all Irish, and now we have a multicultural nursing society. Like I'd say it's at least 60% non-nationals. With the nurses that came from the likes of the Philippines and the likes of India, they came with their degrees as well. So they actually helped us in our transition from hospitals to universities. A lot of the Filipinos stayed. They've made their homes here. Their kids are as Irish as our kids.
My name is Paul. My surname is very hard to pronounce, but I'll say it anyway. It's Ampelocchio. Yeah, I'm from Manila in the Philippines. I arrived in Ireland way back 2001.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 17 years now. During those time, job or work in the Philippines is scarce, so I decided to look somewhere else. I'm from a Catholic country as well. Ireland, is it a Catholic country?
Yeah.
And wherever there's a church, we're okay. Way back 2001, as far as I know, we only have less than 1,000. Nowadays, we probably have around 20,000 and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Filipino in Ireland, yeah. My kids were not born in Ireland, but, they considered themselves as Irish because, they arrived in Ireland at a very young age.
Yeah.
So, the way they talk, the way they, prefer food, they prefer Irish food. Every time we go to Philippines, and go back to Ireland, they would say, "Oh, home sweet home. Our home is Philippines." And they would always look for Tesco milk,
My name is Derek Lowry. I'm principal of New Park, and I've been working here for 36 years. In the 80s and for a good part of the early 90s, Ireland was a very monolithic country. There was a certain white main race of people. That was the way that it was. And through the 90s, with the economic boom and into the 2000s, that began to change quite considerably, and there were a much larger number of economic migrants who came. We would have been one of the schools that they would have come to. At the minute, there's probably students with backgrounds from 40 odd countries in the schools, so it's a very wide range. I think it's a very positive change for New Park. I think it's a positive change for the country. So I think in terms of the school, it's always beneficial to have a wide range of different people, different backgrounds, and yes, at times different values, and you have to balance those values, and that can always be a challenge, because one of the things is that you have people of different religion, you people of different colour, you people of different sexual orientation, and the bottom line is that each of them is an individual human being. That's what we have most in common, but it comes back to the basic respect.